This is Terry Williamson with RVDestinations.blog. I want to do a short video on Two Rivers RV Park and Campground in Delano, Tennessee, near Benton, Tennessee. It's on Highway 411. It's about a two and a half hour drive from where we live in Bremen, Georgia. This is a nice little campground. It's quiet. It's located where the Ocoee and the Hiwassee River come together, which is how it gets its name, Two Rivers RV Park. There's a mixture of 50 amp sites, 30 amp sites. Some sites have sewer, some sites don't have sewer, but the campground is nice and you would enjoy a visit there. In the area, there's also the Mennonite farm market. If you do go to this area, you have to go to the Mennonite farm market. They've got about 500 acres that they farm, and they sell their produce in this farm market. And keep in mind that on Saturday, for sure, they put out homemade breads and fresh cinnamon rolls. The cinnamon rolls are great. They open at 9 o'clock, but there will be a line outside the farm market an hour before that. So first ones to get there and get in line are the first ones to get to the cinnamon rolls. The first day we didn't make it. They were sold out when we got in. The second day we made sure we got there at 8:30. We were in line. When we got in, they hadn't brought the cinnamon rolls up yet, so when they brought them up, we got some of the first ones. I understand now that they keep making them up until 12 o'clock. But that wasn't true on Friday. They were just out on Friday. I don't know that they make them every day, but they do make them on Saturday. Okay, the Mennonite farm market, and you can actually drive through the 500 acres, and it's really interesting to see them out in the fields working. I don't think they encourage you to drive through, but the roads are there, and you can drive through and see the horse-drawn plows working out in the field. This is a Mennonite farm, and you're not going to see a tractor. Okay, back to the RV park. I'm going to include a lot of photos that we took in the park, videos that we took in the park. We got there on a Thursday. We spent Friday at the Mennonite farm and seeing a few other sites. But Saturday we had reserved with Hiwassee Outfitters to raft down the Hiwassee River. I want to tell you that despite what everybody tells you, and people do tend to tell you how easy the river is, it's a class 2-3. It's not just a calm, rolling, slowly moving water. You've got class 2 and 3 rapids in this river. So just be forewarned. That's the truth. I don't know why they come off the river and they start telling you how easy it was. Well, it can be easy, but it can be hard. We had several blow-up rubber duckies, and we had several canoes that some of our group carried up. Well, right after we put in, probably 5 or 10 minutes after we put in, if that much, one of the canoes with 2 of my grandkids in it, I'll go ahead and use their names, Noah Klopfelter. Somehow they broadsided a big rock, got stuck on that rock, turned the canoe over. They were out. They were standing in the river beside the canoe, but they couldn't move it. The force of the water filling that canoe up and pushing it against that rock, wouldn't let them move it. So they stood there helplessly, and we had already gone over some rapids. We really couldn't quickly get back to them. Their dad got out of the river and was walking up the road. He was going to come at them from the put-in and help them. But before he could get to them, the force of that water cracked that canoe in two, totally destroyed that canoe. And the kids ended up just floating over the rapids and making it down to where we were. And we put them in our canoe, in our rubber duckies, and some people coming by loaned them an inner tube. So one had an inner tube and one got in our rubber duckies. And we finished the river like that. So you had 3 people and a 2-man rubber ducky. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. But I don't want to mislead you. It's a class 2-3. You've got 3 rivers up there. You've got the Hiwassee, which is a 2-3. You've got the Nantahala, which is a 3-4. You've got the Ocoee, which is a 3-5 class rapids on those 3 rivers. So the easiest one is the Hiwassee, but it's not necessarily easy. I enjoyed it. I don't mean to imply I didn't enjoy it, but I just don't want to mislead anybody. My wife would have been wishing she were not on that river. Luckily for her, she didn't go with us that day. Back to the campground. We had friends, Dave and Sherry Martin, that live about an hour away. They drove up and joined us, and we just enjoyed good fellowship with friends and celebrated Kyle's 50th birthday. So with that said, I'm going to post some videos here of I didn't get videos of the outfitters or the rafting. I didn't take my cameras with me on the water, but I did take a lot of videos in the campground, and I did collect pictures that my daughter Kelly took in the river. So all that is coming up in the blog. Enjoy. This is Two Rivers Campground in Benton, Tennessee. I think the mailing address is actually Delano, Tennessee. Just make sure if you Google it that you don't make reservations at the one near Nashville, Tennessee. We're in Site M. There's Cheryl and Preston playing whatever you call that game. We got here yesterday on Thursday, and today's Friday. We're backed up right to the Oconee River. And this campground, what makes it unique and why it's called Two Rivers Campground, is it's where the Oconee and the Hiwassee come together. So I'm going to show you. You can see through these trees. If I can maybe zoom a little bit. right where you're looking is where the Oconee and the Hiawassee come together. This is the Oconee that we're on. And the Hiawassee, you can't see it over there, but it goes up that way. So they come together right there and then head on south. Best I remember, the Olympics one year used the Oconee to do some of their water sports. Okay, I'm gonna walk you down through the campground and let you see it. It's really an easy drive. It took us 2.5 hours to get here from Bremen. We just came up 27 through Rome, then headed over on 225. You can take 53. Anyway, head over to 411. Get on 411 and it comes all the way to Benton, Tennessee. Real easy drive. Kyle and Ingrid, they came in later last night, and their site is across from this big cement structure down here. So as usual, they pulled in dark. Had to back in dark, but they did great. They've got their act together. Ingrid directs him on the telephone. He does what she says, and they do fine. A lot of these sites, well, it's an assortment. You've got 30 amps and some, 50 amps and some, sewer and some, water and all of them. Our site has 30 amp and sewer, which is fine. This is Kyle's rig right here. He's got the Kodiak camper and he's got the new 2021 Ford 350 Super Duty. He hasn't had any problems, but Kyle said the tires on his camper had changed shapes. I think it's time for him to put new tires on it. And I don't think he intends to do that till he gets home, but I might be mixed up about this, but I think one year in Pigeon Forge, he had tires that needed to be replaced, and I think that was either 3 or 4 years ago. So that's how these tires would be. I'm surprised they're worn out in that short a time, no more than he uses it and keeps it indoors out of the sunlight, but I guess it is what it is. A lot of nice campers in this campground. I've seen a good many people fishing in the Ocoee, rafting down it, canoeing down it. I haven't seen any of the rubber deckies, but I think that's what we'll be in tomorrow. Really wanting those cinnamon rolls today, and then they were all gone. I was greatly disappointed. But we bought watermelons, cantaloupes, corn, tomatoes, bread. It's a good market. If you come up to this area, you got to go there. I'll try to leave a link to it in this blog. I should be able at the end of this blog to give you links to the Woods in the Field and also to the Mennonite Farmers Market. So look for those at the very end of the blog. So this is the Amish Farmers Market.
Thank you for being properly clothed. I like that. I know that's on your face. There's Ava. Tracy, you better get you a buggy. Stop with us.
Oh yeah. He sees me. This is one of those cases where the old people get ahead of the young people. Delano Farmers Market. Delano Farm Market.
I think it's Delano. D-E.
Delano?
Yeah, I think that because I've got a friend named.
Cash only. No checks, no cards.
Okay, let's go straight to the cinnamon rolls.
I don't know where they are.
Straight to the cinnamon rolls. Follow Cheryl.
Come on, Daddy.
I heard somebody say no cinnamon rolls.
No, they're not here yet.
Oh,
Sorry.
they're not here yet.
Drinks whenever the dad's ready.
Ours are just starting to put on.
He was waiting for it. Golly, it's my Achilles tendon with the car.
There's the rattlesnake beans. Rattlesnake beans.
Okay, I'm gonna get some.
Oh yeah, they're good.
Are they good?
They're the best beans ever.
And they're fresh.
Here's the rattlesnake beans right behind me.
Hey, my buggy's got room for your stuff.
We don't want to look like we're hoarding.
I didn't know how many people's using that buggy. And so what? We are hoarding.
Oh, these are different kind of beans. Half runners. I never heard of some of these. Half runners, have you heard of them? Hey, they got stringless. Stringless pole beans.
Why don't we get some more of these down here?
Here they come. Here they come.
I know.
You didn't want to go get your melon? No, we got a watermelon at the campsite
Yeah.
we need to eat.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's still good, you know.
Well, that's $10 a bag. Is that pretty good?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
Oh, Lord, I couldn't believe they said $42 and what you're kidding. That was all?
Did you tell him that?
Yeah.
You know what he asked me?
What?
What is that?
I heard him.
Oh, for your cameras?
Yes, he said,
Is
what
that-
is that?
They don't like you to take the pictures.
I snuck a picture of him and the ad machine. Did you see how old that ad
Yeah.
machine was?
Yeah.
You think that's what it is? They don't like cameras.
Well, I don't. No, they don't like the picture made, but I didn't see any.
This is your Zoom right here. And it's going now. Does it say record?
Yeah, you're recording right now. It's recording right now. Yeah. Gotta stop.
Yeah, if you can get a movie of that.
That's what I'm trying to get. He's got a hay rake behind him, or is it just spinning the? It's a hay rake. Yeah.
Bunnies for sale.
Terry, I'm not a very good cameraman. I can tell you that right now.
If it's Is this a store or not?
Yeah, this is the store.
Preston, did you think that was a hard river?
Today it was. We've been out 10 years.
Was it hard for you and Ava?
Mm-hmm.
You thought it was?
Yeah.
Why?
The boat kept wanting to spin.
To do
This
what?
boat wanted to spin. That was hard. Or even the front or the back.
What's the actual lizard?
Yeah.
Used to be able to catch those.
Yeah.
Hey! Come over here.
Hold on, y'all.
You had to like schedule time in your day or week to watch it. You're expecting to watch editing, like, you know, a little goodie bit with just stream of consciousness.
I'm good, pal. I got one.
Yeah.
Hi, Terry.
Hi, Terry.
This is his family.
Hey, look, I got the.
Yeah, but where's the fish shirt?
Oh, I made it.
I have that.
They're real nice. We got everybody's shirt.
Only wear it on special occasions.
What size is that?
Yes.
This is
Happy birthday!
extra large.
Well,
There you go.
you must have got two just alike. They messed up.
What's wrong?
They messed up.
Good grief, what size is that?
Extra large.
He's saying that to the
These good group.
That looked bigger than an extra large.
An extra large for 15 years.
Well, you know, life is good has different fits.
Really?
Yes. David likes the vintage fit. Like that's what that is.
Surprised you don't have one of those microphones sticking up over the top.
Now, that's a little weird. A stranger trying to get your video.
that one that's a little faded.
Oh yeah.
That's
People
what
think
he
those
likes.
are cool.
Yeah.
We're now officially campers. We have rope lights.
Yeah, rope line.
We're in the club.
I don't have any.
Uh-oh.
Just saying.
Woohoo, that's a night.
Now you are a
10 to
redneck.
1.
You might be a redneck if your mom gives you rope lights.
You got
I
it.
love them though.
Plug it in.
It's not. I love them.
I think he inherited it from me, though.
You remember that first bed you had upstairs in that house that we carried up?
Dad made me a water bed that had rope lights in it. Remember
Yeah.
that?
At the Mapleton house. They wanted us to have one. You know, your dad has been trying to convince me to get a water bed.
What's this?
I slept around the time.
Oh, there they go. There they are. Oh, and they're way back to America. Now that is right.
That is so cool.
Wow, that looks good.
That is cool.
Oh, we can put them around the boat.
Oh, yeah, they were so much.
Y'all better put those around your side of the bed. Watch out, Mama, they're legs.
Do they
A trail to the bathroom?
Yeah, there's gonna be a trail to the bathroom. We're gonna decorate our Christmas tree.
Stream of consciousness.
That's so cool.
We can put them around the boat, Dad.
Hey, those are really neat.
See if they're any good.
They float down the stream. You know, just sitting there floating.
Okay, the master chef is at work.
They turn the
Sherry Martin's cooking breakfast for us on our last day here.
That's cool.
Yep.
Oh, yeah,
Have you seen any of those big fish come up?
And how does everybody like their eggs? I mean, obviously they have to be fried.
The otters were looking
So, but you like it over easy,
Bowl.
medium? What?
Bowl.
On the bike, on. Now, you know I love you, Terry, but
Well, you know you could do it.
in a bottle, in a can, a pot of water.
I can.
Oh, you know what? That's a good idea. You're a smart woman. Of course, I knew that.
Here's Dave and Preston. Talking about all the otters and the muskrats that we're seeing in the water. And we've decided they're not beavers because they don't have tails.
Yep. That's right.
I saw turtles swimming this morning, but just swimming up the river.
Have you seen the big fish?
No.
You see the
Something's
turtles
right
on the
there.
log? Oh. You see them laying on the
Oh yeah, I do. I see them on the log over there.
Yep. There's one of those logs had 20 turtles.
Yep.
The party.
You know, you were talking about the depth of that river. You can look and see the size of the trunk of that tree that's fallen down here. Now the top of it's like this one down in here, so but you're not seeing it. There's two trees down here, but that must be pretty deep. You know, the way that bait falls up. That's right. Yep. Yeah, it goes up.
All of these sites back right up to the river.
Yep.
So most trailers back in. We've seen a few Class A's that had to pull in front ways.
So that's how much that ride.
Dave's driving a new Ford truck, pulling a Flagstaff Classic Superlight, fifth wheel. Nice camper. But I'm not used to recognizing this truck yet. We were walking right past it and I told Preston, I said, that's a nice looking truck. And then they said hello. I just hadn't got used to it. He used to have a red Super Duty. I think it was a 2015.
Still glaring.
We see something in the water, just don't know what it is.
He sees us.
You know, that water's pretty clear. Look out there how you can see those logs.
Yeah.
There's a fish hanging off. It looks like, see that one
Something's
log?
hanging there.
There's something hanging
See that
out.
one? End of that log, probably. See?
I see something dark. I don't know what it is.
Moving.
Yeah, I can't tell if it's a fish or I don't see anything it's attached to.
You don't think it's a shadow?
It's not a shadow. I don't know what it is. Figured there'd be fish under that little tree.
Mm-hmm.